We're going to begin with a warm-up. So what we'll do is on the floor, on your hands and knees, we'll begin with a 4-point thoracic rotation. So just as a reminder, hands and knees, your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. And we will start with the right hand by the ear. You bring the elbow down under the arm, and then you rotate. Okay? Don't rotate too far, so you're not completely turning. Keep the knees on the ground. Nice, slow and controlled, just to loosen up. Especially if you've been sitting kind of all morning. Really important to improve the mobility. Helps loosen up the back. Switch sides. So right hand is planted, left hand by the ear and underneath, and that rotation. Just open it up a bit, nothing too excessive. Once more. Perfect. So while we're in this position, we're going to do our scapular push-ups. And just as a reminder, you can do it from your knees, or you can do it from the toes to make it more advanced. So if you wanted to make it harder on your knees, you basically just go further away. Lift your feet off the ground. And remember, it's not a full push-up. You're just squeezing your shoulder blades together. So you're letting them kind of cave in and then expanding them. So protraction and retraction of the shoulder blades. I'll try to step closer to show you. Just like that. Okay, just really good to strengthen the shoulder girdle. And if you want to make it harder, again, from the toes in a full push-up position, keep the arms locked out, extended. Squeezing in and release. Just the shoulder blades. It's a lot harder than it looks, always is. Minimal movement. 2 more. Okay, good. So you will start to feel a little bit of the tension in the arm, obviously your triceps and your shoulders from keeping you upright, but it's really just all in the shoulder blades squeezing in and out. That's all it is, okay? Next one is our bird dog. So really good core warm up. Same thing, 4-point position. Right arm extended, left leg kick out behind, like so. Hold it for about 5 seconds, fully extended on the arm and the leg. Now pull it in so elbow meets the knee, and then extend. Now back in again. And begin that movement. But make sure that you fully extend to execute that movement so it's not a half range of motion. You don't want to cheat yourself here. Quality over quantity. Once more. Okay, switch sides. Left arm is extending forward and right leg. Also, it's balanced too, right? So you'll know right away if you need to improve that. Pulling them in and extend. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and repeat. 3, 2, 1, and we'll do a few more. We'll go one more after this one. Squeeze, hold, 2 and 1. Good, perfect. Okay, so that's always really important. You can do that as an exercise, not just a warm-up. So if you want to make it more intense, just do 10 to 12 reps per side. Really helps with engaging the glutes and the core stabilization. And just an all-out good exercise, balance, everything's involved. Okay, now we're on our back. We're going to do our glute bridge. Okay, now this one will be a marching bridge. So one-legged bridge. Start with 2 feet planted, hands at sides, lift your butt off the ground, squeeze the glutes, engage, dig your heels into the ground, keep it up there. Now lift the one leg off the ground, and then for about 3 seconds, you drop it down, and then the other one. 3, 2, 1, switch. 3, 2, 1, switch. Now keep doing that. Try to keep the hips level so they're not dropping to one side. And you're squeezing the whole time. Again, not meant to be done quickly. Take your time. And the whole intention here is to obviously activate the glutes so that when you're performing lower body exercises, it places less attention on the quads and the hamstrings to do the work. Once more. And drop and release. Pull your knees into your chest quickly before we get up. Just for the back. And then kind of rock yourself up. Good. Okay. All right, perfect. So I guess for the first ones, we will need 1 dumbbell or 1 hand weight. So if you have that nearby, go ahead and grab that. We'll be standing up, okay? Okay, so we're gonna stick with our balance theme. We've done this one a handful of times now. I've made variations to this exercise. So this is the one-legged deadlift. Obviously working on one side at a time, all dynamic balance involved here. And we're trying to obviously get better at this so that you master it, and then we can add on more variations to it. So we want to continue trying to build upon that. So on one weight we're going to do the one-legged deadlift with the clean. So basically when you go down, you bring the weight down, and then when you come back up, you press over your head. Make sure that you have enough room above you. Okay, so we'll do 10 per side, and all slow and controlled, and focus on that balancing leg, on that one side. Okay, so here we go. So we'll start on our right leg. So right hand holds the weight. And then you're going to kick out that other leg, lower down, and then when you come up, you're going to clean over your head. Okay, so again, down, slow, and then up. Okay, now you want to almost kind of make that up more powerful, so more explosive and nice and quick. So slow and controlled on the way down for the balance. And then from here, boom, a little bit quicker, a little bit snappier, more power is produced. So again, you don't want to put a hole in your ceiling, so make sure that you have enough space to do that explosive movement. All right, so let's do 6 more. Here we go. One more. Good. Okay, so you should start to feel that in the hamstrings and the glutes, and then the knee here, the quads are activated, which is great. Other side now. Again, do a double check. Make sure you have enough clearance above your head. Okay, here we go. So slow on the way down, quick on the way up. Slow and controlled, and then quicker. Slow and controlled. I can't watch the camera at the same time. And up. Good, keep that going. So 4 more. Last one. And done. Excellent. Okay, put that weight aside. Okay, just a couple seconds break. So hopefully, as you're doing that, you are mindful of the movement to stabilize and to focus on what you're doing, as opposed to kind of just going through the motions. Now, I could easily do that a little quicker. So kind of, 1, 2, 3, 4. But when you speed it up, you are using more momentum. And the momentum of the leg swing cancels out the balance. So the longer you hold it, the harder it is for the balance, which is why it needs to be done slower. Okay, so if you ever have the temptation to speed it up, don't, because you'll defeat the purpose of the exercise. Okay, yeah, quick water break and we'll move on. Okay, so let's hit the floor, do some upper body, give our legs a break. Okay, so these ones, we've done 3 or 4 different upper body variations of the same kind of style, which is the Spiderman. So for the Spiderman, this one's difficult because not everyone has the upper body strength to hold up in position, like a plank. So there's the strength, but then there's the flexibility, the range of motion to be able to bring your hand to your foot to your hand, sorry. So that takes obviously more than just strength, but the range of motion, the mobility. So the idea eventually is you want to be able to get your hand to come as close to your foot while you hold the Spiderman. So it's here, touch, without dropping your body down. So if you can't quite do that, again, you can do it on the couch, so you're a little higher, it's easier, or you can just bring the foot maybe in halfway, as opposed to all the way up. So even just from here to here. So, and then you can kind of track your progress to see how far you can advance. Okay, so don't feel like you need to overstretch it further than you're comfortable doing, but that will be the end result that you'd like to see. Okay, so we're going to do 12 altogether. So 6 each side. So here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and then up and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 more. Stay strong. Upper body. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Okay. So that one you can speed up a bit if you have the strength and the range of motion. It's not like the balance one. It's less so. So you can go through it a little quicker. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Let's grab that weight again. You're going to need 1 dumbbell. Now, if you do, again, I mentioned it last week, if you have a heavier weight, maybe a couple pounds heavier, try to use that so you can progress and build up a bit more strength so you're not using the same weight the whole time. I pretty much just have 2, but they're a big jump. So if you're more than doubling the weight, it's a bit too much of a progression. So you're better off just sticking with the weight that you're using. And there are other ways to increase the intensity besides adding the weight. So more repetitions, quicker, things like that. But if you do, try to use the heavier weight, okay? I think for this one though, this one might be a bit too heavy for me. So we'll stick with that one weight, okay? All right, perfect. So we're gonna do our reverse lunge wood chop. So what we're doing is staying in this position. We're going to go down, rotate, so just enough where we can clear our leg. Obviously, you don't want to hit your knee, so you want to bring it to the side. And then you're going to rotate. So you're not going to stand all the way up and fully extend, just lifting this leg slightly off the ground and rotating. So it's down, rotate, down. So this way, your feet are stationary, but there's still lower body movement involved. And when you do the rotation, it's all trunk. So your core is doing that. You don't want to use your shoulders to do the movement. You want to hold your arms straight. And all that twisting is in the trunk rotation. Okay, we're going to do 10 per side. Get in position. Ready, and go. 1, 2. Quicker on the way up, slower on the way down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Switch. Good, 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 good pace. Get in position. Nice wide base. Ready, and go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. 10. Good. Okay, drop the weight down. Let's take 1 minute break. Try to be active, so try not to sit down. If you do have access to a heart rate monitor, or if you know how to take it manually, always recommended. You can track your heart rate throughout your workout. Okay, so we're back on the floor. Get our upper body involved again here some more. Okay, now, this is a new movement. It's probably going to seem easy at first until you get used to how to do it. You're going to say, well, this seems easy. I crawl all the time, or I used to crawl as a kid. Why would this be hard? So this is a bear crawl. So, but you're going to be on your toes, not your knees. So it's not going to be obviously crawling like that. You are going to lift your knees off the ground and basically 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so again, make sure you have enough room in front of you and behind you. But the idea is nice and slow and controlled, and you're not using momentum, and you're using your upper body big time here. Okay, so again, make sure that you have enough space. So for example, if I start back here, you're gonna lift up, your knees are off the ground, and if you step, the knee is with it. And then work your way back. Okay, so keep trying that. Again, from a side view, you're here. You're just staying up the whole time. A few more laps. And drop, flip over. Now we're going to do our crab walk, so the opposite, with the hand to foot touches. Okay, so just as a reminder, Bring your feet in, your hands here, lift the butt off the ground, touch, touch, walk it forward, touch, touch, okay? I just need to readjust my position here so I'm not kicking any furniture, okay? So, when you're ready, 3, 2, 1, and lift, and go. 1, 2, and move it forward. 1, 2. When you do the touches, you're rotating in the trunk, okay? It's a full rotation to get the core involved. 1, 2. You're also pushing up. Your butt should lift. Up, up. Try to go as high as you can. Never drop down to the floor. 1, 2. 2 more laps. There and back. Keep going. Finish. And done. Awesome. Okay. Just another quick break. Grab a drink if you need to. Okay. And then we are back on the floor. No weights are necessary for the next one. Okay, so we're going to do our figure 8, the ab exercise. So just as a reminder, it's always hard for me too because I'm looking into the camera. So whatever I do, it's backwards. So if I say left or clockwise, it's the opposite. So I try not to do that. So I'll look at myself here. So figure 8, you're lifting your legs off the ground and you're drawing the figure 8 with your toes like so. Okay, so let's keep that going. Other direction. And drop. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and again, round 2. Other way. And drop. Awesome. Good. Hopefully you felt a bit of a burn there. So just going to do a couple stretches. So hurdler stretch. So keep the legs down. Bring one foot in. Okay. And just reach. Don't have to touch your toes. If you want to make it harder, you can point your toes towards you and up. To make it easier, point your toes forward. And you'll feel that difference underneath the legs. Okay? So you don't actually have to touch it to make it harder. It's just how the foot's positioned. Switch sides. And bring both feet in. Okay, it's just a good adductor stretch, just the inside of the thigh. So I'm pressing down on my elbows. I'm pressing down on the legs here. Okay, and then pigeon stretch. So one leg in front, bent, and the other one, if you can be bent, if you want to make it harder, you can extend that leg and then lean forward. Switch sides. Okay. On the knees, cow stretch. So arc the back nice and high, pull in the abdominals, and then release it down. Sink. Up high, and release. Do 4 more. Up high. 2. 3. Once more. 4. Okay, lean back. 2 deep breaths. Child's pose. Stay seated on the heels, reaching forward. Nice stretch. Head down. Slide back. Down one more time. Sliding back. 2 deep breaths to finish. Okay, good. That's it. Thanks again, everyone, for coming today. Hope you had a good little workout, and we'll see you next week. Be well, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.